Good afternoon and welcome to Lake of the Isles Lutheran Church on this Swedish National Day. For the past 7 years, when it has not been a pandemic year, we have been celebrating Sweden's National Day on the 6th of June each year. It's often been a beautiful evening out here on the patio at the church. We have gathered first outside to hear music, to hear stories, and ultimately to wait with great enthusiasm for the meal presented by Anna-Lena Scholl. And so tonight, even though it is still at the end of the pandemic, we're delighted that we can welcome you again to Lake of the Isles to celebrate this glorious summer evening, but also to celebrate the glorious traditions of nature and of love and of music in Sweden. We began this evening with a piece by Paul and Mary K. Dahlin, and now we continue with what has been a regular aspect of these outdoor patio gatherings here at Lake of the Isles, the music of Martin Bertilsson.
Vi går över dagstänkta berg faller av, som lånat av smaragderna sin färg faller av. Och sorger av inga, våra glada visor klingar när vi går över dagstänkta berg faller av. Och sorger av inga, våra glada visor klingar när vi går över dagstänkta berg faller av. De gamla, de kloka må le faller av. Vi är då ej förståndiga som det faller av. För vem kunde sjunga om våren de unga, om vi vore kloka som det faller av. För vem kunde sjunga om våren de unga, om vi vore kloka som det faller av. We trek over mountains in mist faller av. The borrow their colors from our elves faller av. But sorrows we have none, happy songs by the ton when we trek over the mountains in mist faller av. But sorrows we have none, happy songs by the ton when we trek over the mountains in mist faller av.
Thank you, Martin. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you a friend and the clubmaster for Svenska Sällskapet, who today is serving as our partner in this Swedish National Day dinner, and that is Dale Thomas.
It's a real pleasure to be here, and we're so excited to be doing another of our wonderful Swedish takeout dinners. And greetings to all the fellow members of Svenska Sällskapet, and we enjoy partnering with Lake of the Isles Lutheran Church and others to enjoy these great Swedish traditions. We hope everyone is going to have a fantastic summer ahead, and we look forward to those in-person gatherings that we're so accustomed to in the fall and moving forward. It's now my pleasure to introduce the director of the American Swedish Institute and the honorary Swedish Council for the Upper Midwest, Bruce Karstedt.
Greetings, good evening. My name is Bruce Karstedt, and it's a pleasure to be asked to deliver greetings and a welcome on Sweden's National Day, June 6th, on behalf of the Consulate General of Sweden in Minnesota, and of course, on behalf of the American Swedish Institute. National Day in Sweden is a relatively recent holiday. It wasn't until 2004 that Sweden's parliament established June 6th as a red day, as a public holiday. The idea wasn't new, however. Arthur Hyselius, the founder of the Nordic Museum and Skansen, first proposed the idea of a national day in Sweden back in the late 1800s. The date has historic meaning. It was on June 6, 1523, that Gustav Vasa was proclaimed King of Sweden, and it was on June 6th in 1809 that Sweden's parliament passed a new constitution. So this is an important day for Sweden, and I say also for Swedish America. So I would like to lift a glass and propose a toast. I would like to toast to the good health and prosperity of the people of Sweden and to Swedish America and the continuing relationships and goodwill that exists between our two countries. Hip hip hurrah. Skål.
Du gamla, du fria, du fjällhöga nord, du tysta, du glädjerika sköna. Jag hälsar dig, vänaste land upp på jord. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Du tronar på minnen från fornstora dagar, då ära ditt namn flög över jorden. Jag vet att du är och förbliver vad du var. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i nåden. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i nåden.
Martin, it seems like it is just the right moment now that we should at least have our first toast.
I think so. I can see some spider web on the glasses.
Oh, it has been so long since these glasses have been used that it is indeed time again. And it seems to me that there is just enough. I hope that it hasn't dried out over the past year.
It looks beautiful.
Well, I think so. Let's see. One more little drop.
Here you go.
There. I think we have the perfect. And, you know, it even says that it was Skåne.
Yeah, what a beautiful bottle.
It is a very beautiful
It's
bottle.
more beautiful when it's full, though.
Well, that is true. We are just having to deal with the fact that it is empty.
Yeah. And
So hold on to your drinks, because if we have more songs, you know, how are we going to do this?
that's right. And right now I'm holding my glass with my left hand, and Arden is holding his with his right hand. And I don't think there's a special rule which one, but I think it's important that you pretend it's supposed to be at the third button.
The third button.
Third button. Pretend that.
I have found that, yes.
Yeah. And maybe like a 90-degree angle.
Well, that might be a little harder.
Yes. And then we should probably sing.
I think we should.
Helan går, sjung hopp för alla lallalej. Helan går, sjung hopp för alla lej. Och den som inte helan tar, han heller inte halvan får. Helan går.
Skål. Ja, skål.
Sjung hopp för alla lej. Som en härlig gudomskälla, rik och mäktig, djup och stor. Här en kärlek, nåd och sanning som i Jesu hjärta bor. För han har öppnat pärleporten så att jag kan komma in. Genom blodet har han frälst mig och bevarat mig som sin. En gång som en jagad duva, som en såra gjort jag var. Men är ju förkrossat hjärta Jesus sig förskjutit har. För han har öppnat pärleporten så att jag kan komma in. Genom blodet har han frälst mig och bevarat mig som sin. Love divine, so great and wondrous, deep and mighty, pure sublime, coming from the heart of Jesus, just the same through test of time. He the pearly gates will open so that I may enter in. By his blood God has spoken, he has cleansed us from all sin.
So I think that it's not just the celebration of the flag. It seems to me that Swedish National Day is about nature itself, because it seems to be blossoming with colors all in front of us.
That's right. It feels like summer is here, and it's a day for picnics. And so you see all these meadows, even in the city or the countryside, people bringing the food outside, and they're having their blanket, and they maybe bring some coffee, some sandwiches, maybe if they have some early strawberries, maybe some fruit, and really celebrating to be in nature, to be one with nature and in a harmonizing way.
Oh, this is good. Well, I have a song here on these song sheets that I think really describes this color of the earth unfolding before us. And it's called on our song sheets Sommer Psalm. Yes. And hopefully we can do that together.
Let's try.
Yeah.
En vänlig grönskas rika dräkt har smekat alo ängar. Nu smeker rymdens ljumma fläkt de fagra örtesängar. Och solens ljus och lundans röst och en sorg bland viden förgurna sommartiden. The earth adorned in verdant robe sends praises upward surging, while soft winds breathe on fragrant flowers from winter now emerging. The sunshine bright gives warmth and light to budding blossoms tender, proclaiming summer splendor.
Martin, what do you think is the most common song for Swedes to be singing at this time of year, either in church or at home, or has some special meaning to them?
Well, a song that comes to my mind is the song where we would sing, and in my case it was actually in church, because we would, it's almost coming up now that the kids are done in school. Mm-hmm. And we would all go to our local church to celebrate that school was over. And our parents had bought new clothes for us, that we were not allowed to get dirty before going into church, which was really hard. And then we will sit there and we'll listen to the principal and some teachers and the ministers, and then we would sing Den blomstertid nu kommer.
Here we will sing this. 2 verses in Swedish.
Yes.
Den blomstertid nu kommer, med lust och fägring stor. Nu nalkas ljuva sommar, då gräs och gröda grå. Med blid och lindlig värma till allt som varit död. Sig solen strålar närma och allt blir återfött. De fagra blomsterängar och åkerns ädla säd, de rika örtesängar och lundens gröna träd, de skola oss påminna Guds storhetsrikedom, att vi den nåd besinna som räcker året om.
I have a lovely translation of that by Gracia Grindal, who is often associated with the Norwegian church. And it is, the springtime flowers are blooming and fill us with delight. The sweet approaching summer when day is long and bright, and bring to life the seedling that once seemed cold and dead. The sun is warmly beaming and life appears again. The lovely meadow flowers, the newly planted fields, the fragrant beds of spices, the newly sprouted seeds, these springtime joys remind us that God is always good, and every joy of summer is filled with grace from God. That's such a good thought. I think it's time to have a little
I'm getting a little goosebumps when you were reading that.
You know, beautiful words, they bring out those goosebumps.
And that brings me up to this glass again.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Skål.
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 That is the taste of springtime.
Yes, absolutely.
hope that you've all enjoyed this Swedish National Day program and that you are enjoying the dinner right now. We will enjoy our dinner as well in just a moment, but we need to thank all the musicians that have been a part of this day, to Paul and Mary Kay Darlene for their music. We thank our host today, Dale Thomas from Svenska Sällskapet, and of course the greeting from Bruce Karstedt as the Honorary Consul of Sweden for the Upper Midwest. And now, Martin Bertelsen and I, we're glad that it has been another year and another time of singing together, and hopefully next year you will all be with us in person. So may you enjoy a glorious summer, and may you now have those experiences that bring you in person again. But this happens to be actually a lovely little song that reminds us of those immigrants that could not be in person, but instead they saw a little bird flying back to their homeland and said, even though they couldn't be there, they prayed that that little bird, the little swallow, would take that song back with them. And so we'll end with that song, Hälsa dem där hemma.
I den stora tysta natt står jag här vid skeppets ratt, under himlens stjärne här, man på post mig satt. Efter lång och strävsam dag hör jag fjärrans vingeslag, svalors flock som återgår mot nord, mot ljus, mot vår. Hälsa dem där hemma, hälsa far och mor, hälsa gröna hagen, hälsa lillebror. Om jag hade vingar flög och jag med dig, svala flyg mot hemmet, hälsa ifrån mig. On the deck I stand at night, when the stars above are bright, far away from friends and home, lonely here I roam. Swallows on their wings so high, now in spring they homeward fly, to the land where sunlight beams into my childhood dreams. Greet my dear old mother, greet my father too.